Hi, Tony from the Heritage Line here, and we're back. We're in the modelling room, and I decided on this episode I'm going to take you for a tour. Now, it's not pristine, it's not tidy, but it's tidy for me I suppose. But I thought it'd be a bit of interest what you can fit in a small room, because this is a small room by modelling standards, and I'm going to take you around, show you some of the projects I've been up to, future projects that are going to incur, and some of the bits and pieces. It might give you an idea for your own use. There might be one or two items that you see that might be useful to you, or it might be just a way of how I store things. I don't know, but I mean, we all like to have a nosy in people's modelling rooms, so this time, for better or worse, you can have a nosy in mine. So I'm going to pick up the camera, take you around and have a look I suppose. So let's crack on, let's see what's in my model railway room. So we'll start off with this corner. It's a bit scrappy do I'm afraid, but we've got a dimmer switch here. I've essentially, there's my gas mask for when I spray paint. Well, essentially it's just a Heath Robinson gantry, two outside lights, and I put some LED bulbs in it. And essentially this is just wired up to the mains. You can't really tell in this light, well you can see it a bit. I can dim it down and dim it up. Now this is just so I can work on the layout when I get to this stage. It's not going to be the final lighting gantry. I've got bigger and better plans for that in the future, but it's just so I can work on the layout. And this is Goathland, so this layout has not been worked on in a long time. In fact, I moved to this flat maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I've put it up, I've never even powered it up. I don't know if it works, if the wiring's good, and it's all going to be fun and games. We've got Taz in the corner where the bridge is, and a little Grogu. But essentially, if any of you know the North York Moors Railway, that's your tank, your little signal box on the platform, your footbridge, and all the buildings. Now there's a lot of scenic work actually already done on this. As you can see, all the hills are already formed. That in the front will be the water, and there's a bridge coming off it, and the same on this side as well. There's the river going underneath the bridge. So yeah, this does need, it needs a lot of trees. I'm going to be building trees for a long time on this one, but there's a lot of other scenic elements as well. So this is Goathland. This will be my next main project when I finish Swades Pond. And yes, I'm looking forward to it. I may have to have a look at the wiring. I don't see why it won't work unless anything's got a bit dodgy in the move. But in all, she should work. But only time will tell. Down here, it's just storage, boxes, kitchen towel. We always need kitchen towel, and I've just got a pile of all sorts, stock boxes and things like that. A lot of that stock is waiting to actually transfer into my stock boxes. So we move further along. This is a little bit of a dumping ground, to be honest. But that's my paint stand that we saw in the last video. I've got some tubs with various projects I've got ideas for and to work on. A pirate ship in the middle of a build and some lights. This here is another plan for another little layout, which will be different, and of course it's all sitting on top of my test track at the minute. But I mean, if I ever need to use it, I can easily just shift the stuff off and get to the test track. And there's the wires there that will actually come out and plug straight into my controller. So it's no hardship, it's just me keeping parts together so I know where they are at the minute, as and things, as I rattle through projects and stuff. But yeah, this project here this project you will not see the light of day for a long time, because I've decided that I'd like to do a series of videos and show you the actual finished result at the beginning, and then you know what's actually coming and you know it's filmed. And more so, it's putting me under less pressure because I know it's filmed. So that's just a little side project, because it's always good to have a little side project, because sometimes, you know, you get a bit bogged down with stuff and it's just nice to have a break. Right, in this corner, it's just full of parcels. And that's for my midweek mailbag. These are videos that I've just started. They happen once a month, I've decided. And it will be the last Wednesday of every month at 7 o'clock. So as you can see, there's plenty and plenty there to actually be cracking on with. I only do about 5 parcels each time. So yeah, that should be interesting. I know I've got all sorts in there. And to be fair, some of that stuff has probably been there for about 2 years. So when I do open them, even though I generally ordered it, it is a surprise, because after 2 years you tend to forget what you ordered. But it'll be interesting, and we'll see how we crack on with that one. There's Taz guarding the bridge, and we're on to this side now. And of course, this is Sway's Pond. I'll just move this chair. Oh, there we go. So yeah, this is Sway's Pond, and I've got quite a bit of work I want to do on this. There's areas in the bottom I am not happy with. So I need to do a bit of work on the bottom, and then we can actually start in all earnest having a go at the top. We know she runs, we know the current lighting works, and it's looking good, it's nice. I'm quite happy with what I've got so far. But there is a lot more work to be done on it yet. Nowhere near finishing. Anyway, crack on. I will move around. So we're on the workbench now, and I have my DC controller. Just a Model D Gauge Master. This I can use for Sway's Pond, I can use it for my roundy test track. Next to that, I've just got some electronics, some Arduino bits and pieces. And up on the shelf there are all my paint brushes, my Z21, there's another Taz, and the paint rack. There you go, it goes all the way up. I've got some figures on there, some wargaming figures, actually Blood Bowl figures. So there we go. And of course here I have a modelling tray. Again, this holds paint. It's got a paint palette on it, and this is simply so I can actually just take it off into the lounge, work on the dining table. Sometimes you just want to crack on with some modelling. You don't want to film it because it can take 3 times the amount of time. And when I do things like that, what I may do is take pictures as I go along, so I can take you for the ride. Hopefully that'll make it a little bit quicker. So then we get to the silicone mat with my cutting mat on top. As you can see here, I'll put this light on. There we go, flood of light. Now then, this book is going to be a project book. This will be for my little sideline project, so I can write ideas down in it, write electric ideas down in it, and that way when I come back to do it, I can actually see what my intentions were rather than trying to remember everything. So I've got some tools on there, I can solder on there. So we'll take you down, and it's just a little bit of a mess. I've got clamps on there, paints. They're actually magnifying glasses, some more wargaming figures, glues. Lots and lots of little shelves. Now this thing here, this was a cup that I made so I can put my glue in it and it won't tip over. Simple as that. I've got another little track there with my rerailer on it. got contact, and I've got my soldering iron with solder and flux and other little bits of tools. So there we go for that one. And then up above here, come up, there's a shelf up here. We've got some speakers on there, and this shelf is essentially so I can put my laptop up on here. If I'm programming any locos, or if I'm doing some editing, that will be where the laptop sits. Now at the back I've got that covered because that will actually be in a future video that's already pre-recorded. So I don't really want to give the game away on that one. Here I've got clamps, these are the boxes that I use for my sound decoders, because I actually do my sound very, very different from everybody else. I don't actually put my sound in the locos, I actually put them straight to an amplifier. Got a hairdryer up there, bits of foam, sieves. Up there, a DVR monitor, drill stand, the clock, you need the clock. I find that when you come in here it's like a vortex, time just whizzes away, it really does. So I do need the clock. And of course I've got a lamp here shining down, and I've got another bracket on here. That is where this camera actually sits. I will show you, like that. That is a view you will see very often in my videos. And here is the microscope. It is actually a fully fledged microscope. It's on a swing arm here, so I can actually move it around. I can go up and down. I've got a light on it so I can actually dim it down. This is mainly for when I do my microelectronics, but I'm sure I will have other uses as well. As you know, N-gauge is very, very tiny, so I'm looking forward to really utilising that. Again, we have a magnifier with a bulb in it, another light up there. So this is my workbench. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it's a working environment. It's never going to be pristine, but yeah, it is what it is. And for me, believe it or not, this is tidy. So there you go, that is my workbench. Just moving things about. And then we get to this corner here. More sins. Got a hook there for all my patch cables that I have. Up here is a shelf with logos that need repairing, some more wargaming figures, and books. I do have a few books. We've got Brasso, glues. What's that? That is an A4. A Farish A4 that. Then we've got a compressor and air gun, primers, some coaches, Engage Society magazines, and more books. And it just keeps going down and down and down with more and more books. Lining paper, brilliant stuff if you're designing a layout. And in this corner here, it's just my little stand there. Few USB cables. That funny disc at the top is actually for Wi-Fi. It's supposed to strengthen the signal. I'm not sure if it actually works. And then we get to the door. Bit of writing on there, ideas I have. And we're back at the beginning. We're back where it all began. Now then, this layout is currently supported on top of my 3 stock boxes, which are actually underneath, which is probably why a lot of my stuff isn't away yet. So there you go. That is the railway room. It's nice and tidy for me, and I've got the curtains there hiding a lot of sins, a lot of boxes underneath. And again here, another curtain at the bottom. Oh, rubbish bag, wasn't supposed to show that. Well, there you go, you got to have a rubbish bag. I like to keep tidy as I go along. So there you go, guys, that is the railway room, warts and all. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hoping it may have given you one or two ideas. You may have seen one or two things that caught the eye and you're thinking, ooh, that looks interesting. So there you go, that's this episode wrapped, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.